under their belt after defeating Lugano earlier this month. It's another chance then for Simone Inzaghi's boys to put fuel in the tank in their bid to gear up for the start of the new season, which begins on the 21st of August at San Siro versus Genoa. Today, though, it's Crotone who stand in the way, with the two teams facing off as recently as back in May. Since then, Inter have become champions of Italy. For their part, Crotone have been relegated to Serie B, two very different fates, and all of which make Inter strong favourites to emerge triumphant, even if the main objective is to gel and build up those fitness levels. You've seen your picture there, the visitors to the Suning Training Centre, Francesco Modesto's Crotone. This is a shot of the match official today, Matteo Frosi, who's from Treviglio. Bring you the Crotone starting lineup: Marco Festa in goal, a three-man backline of Iono Nedelciaro, Luca Marone, Davide Mondonico, a four-man midfield from right to left of Rispoli, Zanellato, Vulic and Molina. Tasked with providing the ammunition to Augustus Carbo is Luis Rojas and Giuseppe Borello. Now you can see the Suning Training Centre, the new clubhouse recently renovated in all its glory. State-of-the-art facilities here, the Nerazzurri's training centre. And the Nerazzurri hard at work since the start of July, and all of which building up to the new season. Just one official friendly against Lugano. There have been plenty of so-called joint training sessions, allenamenti congiunti, as they're known in Italian, with the lower league opposition. The latest came last Sunday against Pergolettese, 8-0 victory. Satriano bagging a brace, he was amongst the goals. Roberto Gagliardini scoring a stunner as well. If you have missed those goals, you can check them out still on the club's official YouTube channel. And on the subject of Gagliardini, he misses out. It's been recently reported, and it's also come out officially on the Inter website as well, that he'll miss out due to a knee injury, Roberto Gagliardini. So we wish him a quick and speedy recovery to the Italian. Inter, plenty of big hitters today, and while we're waiting for the Nerazzurri run through the Inter starting 11, a 3-5-2. Samir Handanovic, the skipper, in goal. A three-man backline of Skriniar, De Vrij and Alexander Kolarov. The midfield from right to left, Matteo Darmian, Rajan Aiglan, Marcelo Brozovic in the playmaker role, Hakan Çalhanoğlu and Federico Di Marco out on the left. Martin Satriano leads the line alongside Andrea Pinamonti. On the bench, there's also a name you may have heard of, Romelu Lukaku, who returned to the Suning Training Centre earlier this week and was also given an exclusive interview to Inter TV. And again, I'm doing a lot of publicity for the YouTube channel, the Inter official YouTube channel, but you can check out that interview as well with Big Rom ready and raring to go after his experience at the Euros. And there is Roberto Gagliardini. You can see that knee bandaged up. All smiles though, so that's an encouraging sign that nothing too serious for the one-time Atalanta man, alongside Andrea Ranocchia, the 33-year-old who starts on the bench today. As Matteo Frosi takes his steps out onto the pitch, as we mentioned, from Treviglio, which is the place of birth of an Inter legend, none other than Giacinto Facchetti, gone but never forgotten. Former club president, of course, grande Inter icon of the 60s, and obviously who carried his career all the way through to the 70s as well. In terms of the weather, it's been, you could say, very British, very English style, very variable. It's changed a lot. We've had some heavy showers, thunderstorms, but now the sun has come out, which is perfect timing really for this slightly later than 1800 local time kickoff here at the Suning Training Centre. Here come Crotone, led out here with Luca Marone just in behind there as well, in your picture now. Former Juventus man. Just waiting for the Nerazzurri, who should be playing in their home strip, the new strip. And there it is. Marcelo Brozovic sporting a very funky new haircut, something very Marshall Mathers, Eminem about that. And Nangolan also a similar interesting haircut, but we're not here to talk about style, we're here to talk about football. Samir Handanovic leading the lads out, the now 37-year-old in his 10th season, the one-time Udinese man, former Lazio as well. And interestingly, he, during his days at Lazio, played alongside Simone Inzaghi, who's now his coach, and just a nice little twist of fate then. His former teammate is now his coach. Samir Handanovic, who lifted the Scudetto last season, his first major honour in nerazzurri colours for the Slovenian shot stopper. His team's as recently as May, a 2-0 victory at the Ezio Shida, which sent Crotone down to Serie B, banished them to the second tier, whereas for Inter it was effectively good enough for the title, because then the next day Sassuolo and Atalanta drew, which meant Atalanta couldn't catch Inter in the table, and Inter crowned champions on the 2nd of May. And the celebrations, the party started at Inter HQ. And here, confirmation then of the nerazzurri starting lineup, 3-5-2. So continuity from last season's formation with Antonio Conte, Simone Inzaghi, another one who's very faithful to that system. We expect it to be a very different style, though, perhaps to his predecessor, perhaps a bit more possession, build-up play, a very patient approach, whereas Conte's football is perhaps a very more dynamic, aggressive, pressing intensity. And here, confirmation of the Crotone starting lineup. The visitors today, plenty of players who featured last season in Crotone's very disappointing for them Serie A campaign, including Nicolò Zanellato, ex-Milan man, who scored also against Inter in the 6-2 thrashing of the nerazzurri, who thrashed Crotone at San Siro back in January. So let's focus back to the present. We are underway here. We have Crotone playing from left to right in the all-white strip, their change jersey. And Inter in their brand spanking new home shirt, which is also sporting the new sponsor as well, Socios.com. Takes over after almost 3 decades with Pirelli. Those iconic partnerships in football. We've seen plenty down through the years and across Europe. And Samir Handanovic just ponders here and has a little think. Floats to Kolarov. He didn't feature against Lugano a couple of weeks ago. He's fresh from renewing his contract. The one-time Lazio, Roma, and of course Man City man. Key dressing room figure as Brozovic goes back to Handanovic. No messing about. Route 1 stuff from Samir upfield. Aggressive start from Crotone. One here just to make up the numbers. This is Carbo, and from Sierra Leone, back from a loan spell at Reggiana last season. Good pressing from Crotone. Brozovic, though, as cool as you like. Epic Brozo. This is number 77. Giving the keys to the Inter midfield. Çalhanoğlu, another one who didn't play against Lugano. His brother was getting married that day and he was the best man, so I think that's a pretty good reason to sit out for Hakan Çalhanoğlu. He makes the short switch across the city from Milan to Inter. The Turkey international didn't enjoy the best of Euros out in the group stages. 3 defeats for Turkey in Group A, Italy's group, the eventual winners. And if it pains me to say it as a proud Englishman, but the best team certainly won Euro 2020. It's interesting because many tip Turkey to be one of the dark horses of the tournament, but they disappointed. Well picked out by Federico Di Marco's back after a 1.5-year loan spell at Hellas Verona. It really has come on leaps and bounds. Really grew under Ivan Juric's stewardship, Federico Di Marco. Now Çalhanoğlu looks to have a run at the Crotone defence, still going, the Turk. Offloads to Di Marco. Now Kolarov. Pinamonti comes towards it. Inter Academy graduate. Darmian. One-on-one with his marker, goes towards the byline, still going Darmian. Battling away, doesn't give up. A bit overzealous in the end, Matteo Darmian. He scored some crucial goals last season, in particular the one against Hellas Verona at San Siro, which edged Inter ever closer to the title. Some goals against Genoa. Trying to thread it through to Çalhanoğlu, who made that run from deep. Brozovic, Di Marco, plenty of time and space. With Chala, wearing the number 20, normally wears the number 10, but that's of course occupied by Lautaro Martinez, who's yet to return, of course, after his commitments over the summer with Argentina at the Copa America, one of the stars of Argentina's triumph in the final against Brazil. Crotone on the break. As for the visitors, trying to poke it through to Augustus Carbo, the number 24. No Simi today for Crotone. One of their only very few bright notes last season. The Nigerian, 20 goals for him, their top scorer. Doesn't feature today, so it's an opportunity for Carbo. Crotone relegated last season, penultimate spot. Needs leakiest defence as well. 92 goals conceded, in stark contrast into the best defence in Serie A last term. 35 as the cameras pick out Simone Inzaghi. Spoke at the start of the month of his excitement at this new challenge for him. After so many years at Lazio, both as a player and of course then as coach, initially with the youth sector, and then getting his chance firstly as caretaker coach and then handed the reins full-time, and in the Coppa Italia, 2 Super Cups. Now Satriano watches it out there. Had a very good game against Lugano, the 20-year-old. He's been one of the real stars of pre-season from Nacional in his native Uruguay. Martin Satriano on target against Lugano, scoring the goal which took the game to penalties. If you missed it or fresh in your memory, Lugano went 2-0 up, but Inter battled back D'Ambrosio and Satriano, then winning on penalties. Crotone now coming forward. So Molina from Atalanta man dispossessed Brozovic. Now it's Inter's chance to come forward, spring forward. Çalhanoğlu wins a foul. Bayer Leverkusen man, born in Germany. Opted though to play for Turkey. Country of his parents, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, dead ball specialist, just like Kolarov. So interesting to see who takes the free kicks today. Nice burst of pace from Chala. So technically already opened his account for the club in a practice match, joint training session recently against Provercelli. Have to get another one, build up that confidence. Çalhanoğlu. Mentioned Lautaro Martinez not yet back for pre-season, and neither the Italian duo Nicolò Barella and Alessandro Bastoni after their feats with the Azzurri. Roberto Mancini's Italy, European champions for the first time since 1968 for the Azzurri. 4 World Cups and now 2 European champions. A great ball through, and this could be the opener. It's not though. Flashes wide. It's a very clever run from Raja Nainggolan. And Çalhanoğlu as well with the vision. Pinpoint pass from him. And Inter though will have the chance to keep up the pressure from the flag. That's what Çalhanoğlu's all about. Stands over this, but there's also Federico Di Marco. Leaves it Çalhanoğlu for Di Marco. Swings it in. That's a teasing ball. Brozovic on the edge of the area. Now Chala, what will he do here? Able to bring it under control. Into his number 20. Comes all the way back to Sami Handanovic. So Inter will build again from the back with super Sami Handanovic. De Vrij. Back after his commitments with Holland at the Euros, in a disappointment for them. Seen a couple of times from the Inter number 99 coming towards the ball, trying to open up a bit of space. So the midfielders to make runs from deep. Seems to be playing more in the support striker role, at least at the start anyway, and Satriano more as the centre forward. Rispoli. Set upfield. Wanted the give and go. Andrea Rispoli. In time Palermo man who has actually scored against Inter. during his days with the Rosanero, with Palermo, a 1-1 draw. It's given away by Inter. Can Crotone capitalise? The answer is no. In fact, Inter might capitalise here. Lovely burst of pace. Still going here, Satriano. Well, singing his praises earlier. Sang his praises for his performance against Lugano. And he's delivering the goods again. The young Uruguayan. Winning aside a free kick and, beg your pardon, a corner kick, and easing the pressure on the rear guard as we approach the 10-minute mark. Plenty of bodies in the box as well, including Martin Satriano. Darmian's in there as well. Plenty to aim for. And again, we see Çalhanoğlu and Federico Di Marco go across. Looks like Chala to take. Total concentration from the Nerazzurri number 20. Swung in by Chala. And there's the header, and there's the opener. 10 minutes on the clock, and Inter break the ice. They all go round to Martin Satriano, the man who won the corner kick. And he stepped up to the mark once again. Check this though for a delivery from Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Met by the head of Martin Satriano, jumping up, rising highest, and nodding it beyond Marco Festa. It's another goal then for the 20-year-old, who is certainly up there as one of the candidates for man of the match, if not the man of the match against Lugano, although I think Federico Di Marco as well will have something to say about that. Performances in pre-season won't have gone unnoticed from his boss Simone Inzaghi, watching on from the bench. Di Marco. And the referee has spotted something there. Di Marco caught late, perhaps. Mr. Matteo Frosi in there. Quick on that sliding challenge from Giuseppe Borello. Cameras have picked out Simone Inzaghi on quite a few occasions, not quite yet Francesco Modesto, the Crotone coach and newly appointed Crotone coach. Last season kind of started with Giovanni Stroppa and then turned to Serse Cosmi, but unable to invert the trend, and Crotone's stay in Serie A was very short indeed. Intercepted by Darmian, who's then caught, or is he? The referee says play on. Not interested and want to try and hit back. Çalhanoğlu. As cool as you like. Insist to his name. Perfectly weighted corner kick met by Martin Satriano in the wake of the Lugano game. Spoke about how looks to learn a lot from the likes of Lautaro Martinez, two South Americans, and players that he looks up to, inspires him day in, day out. Crotone have to change something to their approach. That's not the best pieces of play. As Inter have it back, they've done that really well, Inter. Brozovic. Done nicely by Kolarov. To poke it through to Andrea Pinamonti. And goal to his name last season against Sampdoria. Inter already crowned champions, and Inter win it back. Here is Chala. Will he shoot? Offloads to Pinamonti, who rolls it across, and they're sliding in there. They're queuing up to finish it. Still with Pinamonti. And eventually goes out for a corner kick. Martin Satriano causing all sorts of problems for the Crotone rear guard. Cianlolo very unselfish, offloading to Pinamonti. Equally very unselfish. Roll across the face of the box. Another corner kick for the Nerazzurri. Once again, Di Marco and Cianlolo standing over it. Scooped in from Di Marco, nodded away. Flicked across the face of the box, and it will go out on that far side. Inter will keep Crotone camped in their own half. A throw in to Simone Inzaghi's boys. Kick off Serie A on the 21st of August against Genoa, and then it's away to Hellas Verona. Monti holding up, surrounded by a sea of Crotone jerseys. Kolarov, lots of time and space for him. Ships it out wide. Di Marco. And then the 1-2 with Cianlolo. Doesn't quite work out, but the idea was there. I don't know much Kolarov knew about it, but he got a touch to it, and then De Vrij sliding in there. Another playmaker option at the back, Stefan De Vrij. You know that if Brozovic is being marked tightly or man-marked, you've got De Vrij as an option there as well to use as an outlet. He's also a very talented musician as well, Stefan De Vrij, pianist, and he's also recently collaborated with a pop group known as Kimasabi. So much more than a towering defender, Stefan De Vrij. He'll be hitting the right notes this afternoon. So far, certainly so good. He's conducting the into defence effectively, keeping Crotone very quiet. No chances to report as yet for the Calabrese as the cameras pick out Marco Festa, the Crotone shot stopper. Finally really gets his chance, you could say. With now Alex Cordat's no longer part of the club and part of the Nerazzurri squad. Alex Cordat, who ended his 6-year stint with the Calabrese. To sign for Inter, and in fact it's a return home to Inter for Alex Cordat, who is an academy, Inter Academy graduate. And Alex Cordat's Pinamonti. Brozovic once again, he's tireless, Marcelo Brozovic. The kilometres he clocks up, it's so impressive from the Croatia international. Never tires. Lands under a lot of pressure there, but wins the foul. Kolarov is such a versatile option for Simone Inzaghi. He can play out wide as a midfielder as well, but also as he's playing this evening in the centre-half role. This is Zanellato, Milan Academy graduate, a couple of appearances with the Rossoneri first team. And he scored his first Serie A goal against Inter for Crotone last season. Nice bit of feet there from Molina. Skriniar nods it down. And hooked away to safety by Inzaghi's boys. Already mentioned, we'll come back to last season's performance by Zanellato against Inter at San Siro. Let's see what they can conjure up here. Crotone with Zanellato, with the danger men. It's a deep ball in. Simple in the end for Sami Handanovic. Plucks it out into skipper. He's the club record holder when it comes to Serie A appearances for the Nerazzurri. Not the all-time, talking about goalkeepers of course here, not the all-time appearance holder for goalkeepers for the Nerazzurri. That belongs to Walter Zenga, who I don't mention just by chance because he's certainly an ex of both here. Inter legend, the 80s and 90s, Scudetto winner, UEFA Cup winner, Super Cup winner as well, and had a spell on the Crotone bench in 2017-18, but he was unable to keep Crotone in Serie A. He took over from Davide Nicola. Did very well, though, has to be said. They had a really good run, and they fell just short of completing the great escape. Walter Zenga's Crotone, and it was actually Walter Zenga who gave Niccolò Zanellato his Serie A debut. The Crotone number 21. Stop play, Pinamonti caught late, then he's writhing in pain into his number 99, who's back at the club after some loan spells away with Frosinone and Genoa. Returned last season, and Cianlola's ushering the medical staff to come on quickly. And there in the picture, was in the picture, that was Francesco Modesto, the Crotone coach, set for his first season in charge. The one who spent a spell at Crotone towards the very end of his career. In fact, he's from Crotone, so he's a local lad. He very lengthy top-flight career as well, with the likes of Regina, Parma, Genoa, Francesco Modesto, and now looking to cut his teeth as a coach. Last season at Pro Vercelli in Serie C, the third-tier Italian football, now making the step up to Serie B, and of course tasked with trying to take Crotone immediately back to Serie A after the relegation last season. He would, if he did that, be the third time ever Crotone in the top tier of Italian football. And they certainly have the squad to do so. The core of the squad is pretty much the one that went down, the likes of Luca Marone, Zanellato, we've spoken a lot about, and Rispoli as well. There's lots of top-flight experience. Certainly some high-profile names who have been there and done it. Wincing, but he's back up on his feet, the Italian, on the 21 international. He's touched by Pinamonti, something to chase there for Satriano. Gets to it, still Satriano in the box. Can he finish? Rolls it across towards Pinamonti. Satriano causing problems for the Crotone rear guard. For many Inter fans, the first time they would have really had a chance to see him properly would have been against Lugano a couple of weeks ago. Now they have a chance to see him in action again here against Crotone. No doubt to be very impressed. So much hunger, desire. So there's a good presence about him as well out on the pitch, Martin Satriano. Very humble, lives just to play football. Martin Satriano joined in attack today by Andrea Pinamonti, but of course there's Romelu Lukaku on the bench as well, back after his holidays and of course his commitments with Belgium at the Euros. He went out in the quarter-final stage to Italy. He was on target that night in a 2-1 loss for the Red Devils. Cialoglu, plenty of options left, right and centre. Picks out Di Marco, takes a chance, still Di Marco. Goes for goal, Di Marco! And it goes in at the near post. Inter make it 2-0. And it's Federico Di Marco. Crotone have no answer to this rampant nerazzurri side. Took a touch, one look up, and fired it home. Marco Festa beaten again. So much power, and it swerved as well. Perhaps Marco Festa expected Federico Di Marco to go to the other post, the far side, but into the near one. And the 23-year-old puts his name on the score sheet. Inzaghi watching on there. Sitting in the evening sunshine as well. A confirmation of the score is Martin Satriano and then Federico Di Marco. Di Marco, as you mentioned, back at Inter after a year and a half away at Hellas Verona. Impressed with a number of his assists and his goals as well for the Giallo Blu. Scored a cracker against Torino. Carbo, twisting, turning, goes to ground, the referee not interested. Brozovic, first time ball. Va bene Satri, that's okay Satri, so the encouragement coming from the Nerazzurri bench. And there is Francesco Modesto. Going back to Federico Di Marco, there was that goal he scored against Torino last season, which was obviously not at the level of Van Basten's goal at Euro 88 for Holland, but it had something very similar about it. It was Van Basten-esque, you could say, and if you haven't seen it again, make sure you check it out sooner rather than later. Di Marco really has been another one of the top performers in the pre-season so far. Really determined to take his chance. Academy graduate who's been shipped out on loan, lots of spells elsewhere with the likes of Parma. In fact, he scored once for Parma against Inter in a victory for Parma. And here he is, Di Marco, steaming forwards. It's brought down nicely by Nainggolan as Calhanoglu and Satriano to aim for. It's well dealt with by the Crotone rearguard. Darmian in there quickly. Got in there first to it. Crotone survived that scare. Di Marco once more in the limelight. So spent in Switzerland as well with Sion. So widely travelled for a 23-year-old. His debut actually came back in 2014 with Roberto Mancini, which was Roberto Mancini's second spell, of course, in charge of the Nerazzurri, which didn't quite bring the same success that we saw in his first spell. Those 3 straight league titles, laying the foundations and paving the way for the success that would then also be continued under Jose Mourinho. But again, let's flash forward back to the present with Rispoli in possession here for the Calabresi. Calabria in South Italy. And trip up for them all the way north to Piano Gentile. This is Borello. Nice step over from him. Moves it for Rispoli. Looks up. Swings one in. That's a good-looking ball. Nodded away by Stefan de Vrij. Danger not over, though, as far as Inter are concerned. Crotone on the attack. Molina. Pinamonti. Calhanoglu now. Plenty of space for him to run into. Waiting for support. Calhanoglu might go it alone. He does go it alone, and that's a cracker. A cracker from Chala. In to have their third. And he's afforded so much time and space. And if you do that, you are going to be punished. Hakan Calhanoglu gets his goal. Now he's made one and he scored one. Inter's number 20. The Crotone defence were backtracking. And Chala worked it onto his right foot. Curling effort from him. Thumbs up. Now we have the confirmation from Hakan Calhanoglu of his goal here at the Suning Training Centre. And Inzaghi watching on. Satriano in there. He might be in here once again. Satriano hungry, snapping at the heels of the Crotone defence. Like a terrier there, Martin Satriano. Now Brozo. Best of touches from him. Uncharacteristic mistake from Brozovic. All-round performance then from Chala. Creating goals, scoring goals. Can Crotone hit back? They need something here to give them hope. Lato committing the foul there on Federico Di Marco. So if we're into this is a good test. It's a side that a few months ago was still playing in Serie A. top flight opponents last season. Met 6 times in competitive meetings in Crotone. 4 wins for Nerazzurri, 1 draw and just 1 defeat. Last year, a 6-2 victory at San Siro for Inter and a 2-0 victory away at the Ezio Scida. A victory which, as we already discussed, sent Crotone to Serie B and took Inter to the title. And that 6-2 victory, meanwhile, back in January. Hat-trick from Lautaro Martinez. One from Hakimi and Lukaku. And an own goal from Luca Marone. Borello unable to get his cross into the box. Good block there from Marcelo Brozovic. Here, there and everywhere. Covers so much ground, Marcelo Brozovic. We approach the half-hour mark here. And, firmly in the driving seat, 3-0. If you are just joining us or in this late, Martin Satriano breaking the ice. Federico Di Marco doubling the Nerazzurri's lead, and Cancello has made it 3. Borello now trying to just work his way through. Still going, Borello. He goes appealing for a corner kick. Does he get it? The answer is yes. Just pure determination there, really, from Borello. Seems so intent on just powering his way through, and he powered a shot on goal as well. It will be tested here from the flag. Semendanovic barking orders. There being marked by Matteo Darmian. And it comes from the flag. It's a real scramble. Di Marco gets a foot to it, and now Satriano on the turn. Very unlucky there, Martin Satriano. Possession changing hands quickly. To Inter's Crotone, back to Inter. Crotone have taken it quickly. Can't waste any time. Borello certainly grown into this game, Borello. Clearly he loves to check inside and put it onto his favoured foot and go for goal or look for the pass. Giuseppe Borello is back after a lone stint with Cesena last season. First time pass picked out by Brozovic though. Now Satriano on the turn. Shields the ball there really well, Martin Satriano. Drawing in Crotone players.
Sotto palla, bravo, fa un giro, vai.
With Milan Skriniar, who was on target at the Euros. He was native Slovakian, a victory against Poland, but his Euros adventure ended at the group stages like Cancello. Skriniar was waiting for his fellow defender Alessandro Bastoni to return. Bastoni part of the Italy squad with Barella on the Euros. From time to time you hear me go quiet because I'm trying to also listen in to what's being said on the touchline. It's a great thing of being here up close and personal and on the pitches at the Suning Training Centre. It's fascinating to have this sort of exclusive access close to the pitch side and hear what the players are saying and try and pick out something that the coaching staff say as well. Now Di Marco. Brozovic still going. Brozovic works his way into the box. Brozovic hooks it back. Pinamonti, surely a fourth off the post. Desperately unlucky Andrea Pinamonti. Crotone bailed out by the woodwork. It's a scorching strike from Andrea Pinamonti. Marco Festa was rooted to the spot. And Inter's thirst for goals hasn't been quenched yet. Nerazzurri still hungry for more. And shortly, I'm sure, we'll be given a replay as well, which will show us how close it was. In the meantime, Andanovic playing out from the back. Mangolan down the line. Pinamonti onside. Cialoglu. Now Di Marco. There's the safe option to Brozovic. No need to force the issue here. Inter, this is what we're talking about at the start. Perhaps a bit more patient in their build-up play than Nerazzurri under Simone Inzaghi. At least that's what we're being told via the reports in the press. Kolarov now, he likes to shoot from distance, and so does Cialoglu. But in the end, he offloads to Darmian, and Darmian unable to conjure up anything special from that position. The former Manchester United man. And here it is, Pinamonti's rocket. Pina power. Nerazzurri also ran through a morning training session here at the Suning Training Centre. They've often been doing double sessions, one in the morning and one in the evening. And they trained this morning. So at times maybe can be forgiven if there is a bit of tiredness creeping in. Looking very good shape, Inzaghi's boys. Simone Inzaghi, a great opportunity after sterling job that he did at Lazio. Also taking them back into the Champions League as well. Simone Inzaghi, who as a player won so much with the Aquila de Biancocelesti, including a Scudetto in 99-2000 at the expense of Juventus, at the time by Carlo Ancelotti. And, mention him, and he shall appear. There he is, Simone Inzaghi, with his coaching staff. He's certainly very pleased with what he's seen so far. Seen those runs from midfield. We've seen Brozovic dictating the play. Cialoglu's really lively, showing his wide array of talent. Andanovic hasn't really had a save to make, which is a very encouraging sign. It's always about worrying when your goalkeeper is your best performer. It's certainly not been the case. Brozovic now. Cialoglu coming back. Kolarov, who's another one like Andanovic, who played with Simone Inzaghi at Lazio back in the mid-noughties. And here is Kolarov, the man who's a veteran of derbies. He's played in Manchester derbies, Rome derbies, Milan derbies. In the background there, the clubhouse and hotel where the players have been staying for this pre-season training retreat. We're scheduled to head out to the USA, but obviously with COVID concerns and Arsenal dropping out as well, he's opted to stay on Italian soil. Switching the play. Kolarov finds himself in acres of space and time to carry it out from the back and take it into the Crotone half. Cialoglu, space in between the lines, nice running from him. Mangolan, first time ball, it's a deep one aimed towards Federico Di Marco. Italian defence doing well, just nodding it away. It was Andrea Rispoli. Di Marco was ready to pull the trigger. Here is Di Marco taking the throw on this near side. Brozovic. With Kolarov. Brozo. Skriniar now. Foray forward from him. Floats the ball in. Zanellato under a lot of pressure here. Goes to ground and wins his side a free kick. That's a good play from Zanellato. Allowing Crotone just to regroup after a spell under the cosh for Francesco Modesto's men. Then the final third have offered very little. So they are missing some big names, the likes of Simi and Benali, and also Junior Messias as well. We do have Musa Juara on the bench, though, on loan from Bologna. You may see him over the course of the match. And Inter fans remember he scored for Bologna against Inter a couple of seasons ago in a 2-1 victory for the Rossoblu. De Vrij Scivola, De Vrij Scivola. De Vrij come across. Literally would be De Vrij slip, but that means it's literally to track across. Monti brought to ground, the referee says play on. Brozovic picks it up, and as cool as you like in the holding midfield role, Marcelo Brozovic, the regista role as the Italians say it. Kolarov though caught napping. Borello, can he capitalise onto that favoured left foot as his? This is Zanellato, now Rispoli. Well recovered from Di Marco, you can hear bravo, bravo, well done, well done. The encouragement coming from the Nerazzurri touchline. Approaching the half-time whistle, 5 minutes plus added time. Going to have to keep the concentration levels high. Want to go into the break with a clean sheet and a commanding lead, thanks also to that man there, Çalhanoğlu. Made the first, scored the third. Made in from the flag. Travels across the face of the box. This is Rojas, a teenager, just 19 years of age, from Chile. A very deep ball, and it was asking far too much there. Overhit. Need to talk about them for Inzaghi. The sun in the eyes there of Michael Festa. It will be similar situation for Sami Handanovic in the second half. Close up there of Stefan De Vrij. And back to Simone Inzaghi with his assistant there, Massimiliano Farris. Very well worked from Inter, very clever play. Look, they've how much ground they've made, the Nerazzurri. The quick passing and the movement. Brozovic at full stretch, keeps it alive. Çalhanoğlu looking for options, looking for support. In the end goes lateral, simple option. Now to Nainggolan, back at the club after his spell on loan at Cagliari. Former Roma man, Piacenza. The screen goes all the way back to Handanovic. We're into the final minutes of the first half. Inter in the driving seat. Handanovic now. Really well once again to make up ground as De Vrij goes on a foray forward. The Dutch international. Oh, tracking back though, De Vrij, leaving it to the midfielders and the forwards to do the damage. Kolarov. Almost everyone behind the ball for Crotone, barring Agostas Kagbot, the man from Sierra Leone. Now Çalhanoğlu. Is Darmian free on that right-hand side? Oh, goes again, simple option to Kolarov. Brozovic now. Gonna speed things up, Marcelo Brozovic. Try and find a chink in the Crotone rear guard. Festa, no messing about from him. Hoofing it upfield, the Crotone shot stopper. As I said, should have plenty more opportunities this season with Cordat's no longer part of the club. Just 13 appearances since joining the club for Michael Festa back in 2015. Such has been the continuity, the consistency really from Alex Cordat's Crotone's better performers in recent years, and now part of the Nerazzurri squad. Okay, can Crotone make it interesting? Throw the contest wide open again. Time is certainly running out and finding it difficult to break down this interside. See confirmation of the possession, more than 60% for the Nerazzurri. They've been very effective with the ball as well, Inzaghi's boys. Expect a raft of changes in the second half, which is a common feature when it comes to pre-season friendlies. Against Lugano, though, Simone Inzaghi waited till quite late on, really, in the second half to make all those changes. Stuck with the initial starting 11. We'll see what he opts for this evening. And what a lovely evening it is. Sun is shining. And Inter are winning. What more do you want? Now Borello tries to put it onto his left foot. Borello offloads. Carbo on the turn. Twisting, turning, trying to find that half yard of space to get the shot away. Still with the visitors. Zanellato. Brought down nicely by Molina. Shipped in. Di Marco it was, who did deal with it really well. Perhaps ran a little bit of a risk with the clearance, but came off last a Crotone jersey. We're now into added time. All eyes on the match official, Mr. Matteo Frosi. His collar off once. Options, calling for his teammates to come towards him. Danovic down the middle. Satriano in there quick, goes sliding in. Martin Satriano, can't fault the work rate there from the youngster. He's in the shop window once again. Tries to showcase his talent. And there goes the half-time whistle. Inter cruising here against Serie B outfit Crotone, leading 3-0 thanks to goals from Satriano, Di Marco and Cianalolu. Don't go away. We'll be back shortly for live action of the second half.
Prossima Sami potete alzare fino a metà campo. Prossima. Dai. Ha bisogno in mezzo, Gaia! Ha bisogno in mezzo!
4, via ancora!
Bravo, Gaia, via! Ha bisogno in mezzo, Dima! Ha bisogno dentro, Radu! Va bene, Gambro! Gira, via! Vieni! Gioca, dai! Andate! Miro, via! Bravo, Dima! È buono, Dima, è buono! Buono, aiuta! Vieni! Eccolo, Sami! Vai sotto! Via, Agu, via! Passa! Eccolo qua! Gira ancora! Vai via!
Agu solo!
Vieni, Agu!
Mobilità, Zanotti, via! Mobilità!
Passa!
Andiamo, vedi! Dammelo! Mobilità, ragazzi! 4! 6! Arriva! Buona! Solo! Gioca Danilo! 1!
Non andar di là, Dima!
Allarga! Sopra i rossi! Uno scarico!
Via. Dai. Via. Dai. Go.
Per questo tu uscivi da dietro.
Via. 4 da 2
14, andiamo Mulate. State dentro. Andiamo, salse, se no balli, doppio. Vieni, dai.
Bravi, dai.
25 ora per conto 1 2 3.
Andiamo ragazzi, l'ultimo, dai, l'ultimo, bene, l'ultimo allunghino, dai.
Andiamo ragazzi.
Dan bro, parti.
Ma anch'io ho avvisato, ma non c'è problema.
Bravo, Cocchi. Bravi ragazzi, bene. Bene.
Andiamo un po' più su, andiamo su. 29, 39 orari. Abbiamo, dai. Go. Via. Bravo. Dai, destro, sinistro. Dai. E apro, lascia andare. Vai. Bravo te. Bravo, hai dato il passo. Bravo, via, andiamo.
Ma se professori
Andiamo a fare un po' slancio diagonale, slancio laterale, dai. Schippa a destra, schippa a sinistra. Dai, go. Abduttore, adduttori. Andiamo ragazzi. Poi laterale a destra, ta, via. Go. Bravi. Buono.
Tifosi nerazzurri, welcome back to the Sunning Training Centre. Inter are in complete control here, leading 3-0 against Crotone. And as you can see, Romelu Lukaku has come on for Martin Saturday, one of 3 changes for the nerazzurri at the break. Sensi replacing Nainggolan, and Andrea Ranocchia coming on for Alexander Kolarov. A couple of changes to report also in the Crotone camp. Pasquale Giannotti, number 23, has come on for Giuseppe Borello, and Bruzzaniti has come on for the veteran Andrea Rispoli, as the match official leads the leads no one out really at the minute, but comes back for the start of the second half here, which is shortly going to be underway. Also take the chance also to make a massive shout out to all the international fan base that are tuning in and following us all across the world. And also, obviously, if any Italians as well, say un cordiale saluto for this match, which is being streamed live on social media. And with that out the way, we can also now focus back to playing matters. The match official placing the ball down the centre circle, and us ready and raring to go for this second period. Who knows what it has in store? Very encouraging signs from the first half, and now we'll see the confirmation of those changes I hinted at, with Ranocchia Sensi and Romelu Lukaku all set to come onto a triple change. Worrying for Crotone to having to face Romelu Lukaku, who punished the Calabresi back in January in that 6-2 victory we've made reference to on more than one occasion in the first half. That day it was his 50th goal in all competitions as well with Inter for Romelu Lukaku, so a milestone moment for him that day. And there he is, big romp. All eyes on the Nerazzurri number 9, set for his third season in charge with the Nerazzurri shirt, Romelu Lukaku. Confirmation then of the entry of Stefano Sensi as well for Radja Nainggolan. And it will be Romelu Lukaku to get us underway for the start of the second half. Final checks from the match official. And it's go, go, go. Inter playing from left to right in their brand spanking new home jersey. Crotone in the white strip. And also confirmation in the top left of the changes at half-time from Simone Inzaghi. Chancing for Andrea Ranocchia at the back, who scored the decisive penalty against Lugano in the friendly a couple of weeks ago. Also, Radu was also one of the stars, one of the protagonists as well, with some decisive saves in the shootout, but also during the match itself, the Romanian shot stopper, who we may see over the course of the second half. We may also see Cordaz as well. So some good pressing from Crotone. Inter have managed to break through, and Sensi beats in the offside trap. Rolls it across immediately for Romelu Lukaku. Now that would have been some start to the second half for the Nerazzurri, and some impact from Romelu Lukaku. He said to the microphones of Inter TV earlier this week that he's ready and raring to go. Taken quickly by Sensi, who wanted that give and go. Stefano Sensi, who recently celebrated a personal milestone, getting married. It's a very happy and pleasant period for the Italian. He's had his fair share of injury issues. Hoping to have a bit more luck this season. Now into the path of Lukaku. Sliding challenge there from Molina. Lukaku, great start to the match from Inter's number 9. Really got the bit between the teeth. Romelu Lukaku comes on for Satriano, who broke the ice in this friendly fixture against Crotone. That was also named as the Serie A MVP last season. Serie A's player of the season. Wasn't quite able to bring home the capo cannoniere, the top striker, the top bomber accolade. That went to Cristiano Ronaldo, but beat Ronaldo to the player of the season, big romp. Season to savour, Scudetto for him, thanks also to his 24 goals, so bettering his tally from the season before when he netted 23, Romelu Lukaku. Now set for his third season, and naturally aiming to do even better. Kept himself in good shape over the holidays as well, Romelu Lukaku, so we've seen plenty of posts via his account of him working out. Incredible physique, big Ram as he shields the ball. He's also become so good in that aspect of the game, Romelu Lukaku. Shielding the ball, drawing in defences. Didn't have the best of spells at Manchester United and a bit of criticism during his days there with the Red Devils, but he certainly proved his worth and hit back at the Nerazzurri. And here he is as he spreads the play out wide. Di Marco brings it down. Swung in by the defender. It's a great ball to Darmian, who can't finish it off from point-blank range. Beautiful football from Inter. Romelu Lukaku starting it all off. Spreading it out wide, and that was a brilliant delivery from Di Marco. And Darmian somehow spurns the chance to make it 4-0 to Inter. Crotone lets off the hook there. As Festa goes route one. Now Samir Handanovic racing off his line. He is the very unlucky Samir Handanovic to now have the sun in his eyes. That happened to Festa in the first half. The Crotone shot stopper. Samir Handanovic sporting a baseball cap to try and help him against the sun. Very well, this is something that maybe only the Italian listeners and Italian followers understand. Very Oli Benji-esque from Samir Handanovic with the baseball cap. Necessary, really. Skriniar switching the play. Darmian probably still have that chance. He's just missed. Still on his mind, Matteo Darmian. We can forgive him though. All the goals, the vital goals he scored last season, also one in the Champions League as well. It's Borussia Mönchengladbach, which really kept hope alive for Inter to go through to the knockout stages, but it ended in disappointment. Remember that goalless draw against Shakhtar at San Siro. And there was no Europa League adventure either, unlike the season before when Inter did so well to go away through to the final. Now Zanellato for Crotone. Ranocchia deals with that, nods it away. One of the veterans of the side, Andrea Ranocchia. He played in that post-treble season. Andrea Ranocchia. So he's seen plenty of players and managers come and go. Andrea Ranocchia. One of those 3 changes at the break, and it was a double substitution for Crotone and their tactician Francesco Modesto. Down the line towards the byline, and it's a wicked deflection there, and Crotone earn themselves a corner kick. Thanks to the efforts of Nedelcharu, the Romanian summer signing from AK Athens. In the meantime, Chanoglu has gone down. Injured himself in the process as he went sliding in there. A clash there with Nedelcharu. As we see this opportunity from earlier on with Lukaku linking up with Pinamonti. Molina went sliding in. There were plenty of appeals from Romelu Lukaku. The referee that not interested. Magic spray coming on for Hakan Çalhanoğlu. In the wars and limping, but back walking again, which is obviously a very encouraging sign of what we want to see. Yes, Samir Handanovic barking orders towards his rear guards. He'll have to be fully focused here. Keep Crotone at bay. Played in from the flag. It's a low ball in, hooked away. Going to push up. Try and drive Crotone back. Here is Molina. This is Rojas, the 19-year-old young Chilean. So far been kept very quiet. Into his rear guards. Played through to Cargbo. Twisting, turning, does really well there, Cargbo. In comes the shot, but it's high and it's over. much to the delight, of course, of Sami Handanovic and company. Tricky customer there, Augustus Carbo, getting the better of Andrea Ranocchia. In the end, though, the shot didn't trouble Sami Handanovic and keep Crotone goalless. With Brozovic, first time pass, goes looking for Lukaku. Lukaku will chase it. 4 goals for him at the European Championships with Belgium, Romelu Lukaku. 2 Man of the Match awards as well. Belgium, who were tipped as one of the favourites to go all the way, alongside France as well, but France out in the round of 16 in one of the games of the tournament. Certainly in terms of entertainment value it was. The game against Switzerland, which saw the Swiss win on penalties. Belgium, as we've already mentioned, going out in the quarterfinals to Italy, the eventual winners. As Holland, meanwhile, disappointing. Going out the round of 16 after looking so strong at the group stages. Coached, of course, by Frank de Boer, ex-Inter-tactician, very short stay, and it was far from sweet for him. Now Pinamonti goes for goal, Pinamonti, and this time he gets it. The post doesn't deny him this time around. Andrea Pinamonti makes it 4-0. The low-placed effort. And once again, Marco Festa has to pick the ball out of the back of his net. It was once more Çalhanoğlu involved. He's here, there, and everywhere. All-round performance from him. Scorer and creator. Hakan Çalhanoğlu. And Pinamonti, after being so unlucky in the first half, denied by the frame of the goal, this time puts his name on the score sheet. There's going to be another change in the Crotone ranks, and it is Samuele Mulattieri, who's fresh from making a loan move from Inter to Crotone. So making his Crotone bow against his parent club. There's also Musa Juara's come on, the number 7, and his is a fascinating story. Arriving in Italy back in 2016 as a teenager, just 15, from Gambia on a raft boat. So in desperate conditions, risking his life from Africa to find a better life in Europe, and since then he's found fortune as a professional footballer, initially in South Italy in Basilicata and with Avigliano, before opportunities with Chievo, and then Bologna, of course, which is his parent club. He's on loan, and we mentioned him earlier. He scored against Inter for Bologna a couple of seasons ago in a 2-1 victory for the Rossonblu at San Siro. Lukaku, Sensi goes out wide. Darmian. De Vrij joined the attack. Sensi, will he shoot? Stefano Sensi onto his left foot, still going, not dispossessed. Lukaku on the turn, offloads. Darmian surely blocked. Crotone survived the scare, but it's still in here. Sensi, yes, it's there. High five, Inter. It's a 5-star showing from Sensi and company. Crotone thought they'd cleared their lines and averted the danger. Inter had other ideas, kept up the pressure. And the substitute off the bench on the score sheet, Stefano Sensi. Poor old Crotone shot stopper. Runs the risk of becoming a tennis score here. And now we'll It's Arturo Vidal come on, and a well-earned rest for Hakan Çalhanoğlu, who's been absolutely brilliant. A creator, scorer, complete performance, and now Arturo Vidal gets a run, and he's fresh from returning from his summer break, and of course his commitments with his national side Chile at the Copa America. And there was a confirmation of the change earlier, Mulattieri for Luis Rojas. Into just so much strength in depth, and it's a sign that we're getting closer and closer to the start of the new season. We would say the big hitters now back. When the Nerazzurri faced Lugano a couple of weeks ago, that wasn't quite the case. And the confirmation of Sensi's goal on the 58-minute mark. So still half an hour to play. And Crotone is fighting just to try and make it look respectable really now. And avoid further embarrassment. Francesco Modesto's boys in a series of friendlies, 3 to be precise, but all against lower league opposition. This by and far and away the most prestigious summer test they've had so far. Crotone, who were scheduled to go on a pre-season tour to Spain, but called off because of COVID scares and concerns, and understandable, especially with the season on the horizon in Serie B as well, not just Serie A. Crotone starts on the 21st against Como, which is just a stone's throw away from Piano Gentile. About 45 minutes from Milan. Piano Gentile, the headquarters of the Nerazzurri training camp. And Danovic through the middle. Was looking for Lukaku, chests it down. Darmian has Vidal in support. Here is Vidal, fresh from coming on. This season, his first year in Intercolours, and certainly one to savour, helping Inter land their first league title in 11 years. 91 points, the second highest ever tally for the Nerazzurri. Now Sensi. Didn't feature regularly last season. We mentioned those injury problems for him, but still played his part. Stefano Sensi, the one-time Sassuolo man, who very unlucky with injuries, and it also cost him a chance to go to the Euros as well. So passing it well right to left, now through the middle with Lukaku. Darmian dispossessed just as he was about to pull the trigger there. Matteo Darmian, Toro man, Parma man, Manchester United. Of course, capped by Italy as well. Tony trying to find a way through. On occasion, and to offload to Costas Carbo. Referee yet to hand out a yellow card, take out his cards from his pocket. Perhaps if it was a competitive match, he might have done there. It was a very rough, poorly timed challenge. Whacking into the back there of Andrea Pinamonti. Vidal coming towards it. Here is once again the man who scored a vital goal against Juventus last season that paved the way to a 2-0 victory at San Siro. Many feel that was one of the turning points. There are many, of course, turning points in a season, not just one, that put into on the way to the Scudetto, gave them that belief. They defeated the defending champions who'd won it 9 years in a row. And here he is, Vidal, nods it down to Lukaku. Still going Lukaku. Floats to Darmian, and it's palmed away. And then on the rebound, high and wide. In between the sticks, there has been a change as well for Crotone, that is. It's the youngster, Sarro, who's come on, immediately involved there, palming it away. And Lucas Sarro, just 21 years of age. So he won't forget this occasion for him, taking on the Italian champions. 19-time Serie A winners, one more than Milan. 118. Sensi. Lukaku leaves it for Brozovic, and it's gone in. Nerazzurri hit Crotone for 6. And Brozovic joins the list of scorers, puts his name on the score sheet. Took a deflection on its way through, but they all count. No concern to Marcelo Brozovic. Lukaku involved once again. Talking about how important he is for the build-up play. Offloading. And Brozovic sweeping it home. If he continues like this, we'll have to keep that hairstyle up all season, Marcelo Brozovic. Sarro. Baptism of fire for the youngster. As we say, at the moment, he won't certainly forget. It's only helping his development, his growth. Here in prestigious surroundings as well. Think of the players, the coaches that have passed through the halls, the rooms here at Piano Gentile. Set foot out on the pitches as well. From Mourinho to Herrera, Trapattoni, Conte last season, now of course Simone Inzaghi, Bersellini. We could go on, of course. Mancini, how can we forget? Gigi Simone, Gomba, never forgotten. Again, we could go for hours on end, and then of course coming to the kind of players that have passed through here. From Lothar Matthäus, Pepe Bergomi, Ronaldo, of course, Il Fenomeno, Milito, Javier Zanetti. Again, this could be just 20-25 minutes of me rattling off names, but we won't do that. But just to give you the idea, here you really live and breathe into history, and you feel that it's special. And no doubt Crotone will be well aware of that when they made the trip up here to Milan, knowing they're playing on this hallowed turf and in such a prestigious setting. And with that in mind, they'd love to at least get a consolation goal as Molina rolls it across. Nice give and go. In comes the shot, and Danovic finally tested at the almost 70-minute mark. Danovic with a save to make, but never really going to trouble him. Far too tame an effort. That one from Pasquale Giannotti. It was the substitute for the Calabresi. It's back with Vidal. Di Marco. Lukaku trying to poke that one through. In the end, it comes to nothing for the Nerazzurri. Crotone try and come forward and say desperate to at least get a consolation goal here. In addition to, of course, their main aim, which is just to continue to build up those fitness levels ahead of the start of their competitive season on the 21st of August. Salvatore Molina drifting in field. No way through, has to offload. Once again, that's simple for Sami Handanovic. Again, at times been reduced to a mere spectator, Sami Handanovic, but that's a good thing. It's encouraging. Shows the kind of dominance that Inter have had in this friendly contest. They've been putting in the work here at the Suning Training Centre since the start of July. Mentioned it's double sessions every day for Simone Inzaghi's men. And they have practice matches, joint training sessions as they're called. Sarnico, Pergolettese and Pro Vercelli in that friendly meeting against Lugano. Now Crotone added to the victims list. And naturally it's not the result that really matters, but still it only helps build confidence and momentum and keep spirits high. In Inzaghi's case, it's also getting his ideas across. The new man in charge, making sure his players start putting into practice what they work out on the training pitch day in, day out. Darmian, De Vrij has lots of space here up from the back, the defender of all people, and Lukaku sees his shot saved by Sarro. Love to see a goal from Lukaku. Like a second half cameo appearance here, fresh from returning after his summer break. And here he is once more, Romelu Lukaku. Did he beat the offside trap? The answer is no, from our big Belgian. A shot there also of the new Inter jersey, which I'm proud to say has the Scudetto, the shield, the tricolore, the tricolour. And that Inter are the defending champions. New sponsor as well, socials.com, which is part of a sort of digital transformation. Fans can effectively buy fan tokens, and with those take part in surveys and help the club make decisions. It's an exciting digital era that we're living in. Also Lenovo as well, already a club partner in previous seasons, but now also put their name on the shirt as well. The sponsor at the back, Lenovo, club's global technology partner. As we see some changes now, it's Lucien Agoumet, the young Frenchman, 19 years of age to come on. Also another 19-year-old, Eddie Salcedo. Double change then from Simone Inzaghi to report. So Pinamonti, who makes way, put his name on the score sheet. We'll be pleased with his performance. Andrea Pinamonti. Strikers live for goals. He scored a brace over the weekend as well against Pergolettese. Another goal. Now it's Eddie Salcedo who has the chance of joining Lukaku in attack. And there's another change. It's Alex Cordaz, the ex-Crotone man, takes over from Sami Handanovic in between the sticks. We mentioned earlier whether it be Radu given a chance or Cordaz. It is Cordaz who gets the nod then in these final 20 minutes or so here at the Suning Training Centre, where the sun continues to shine, just like Inter's performance as well. 3 goals in the first half, 3 in the second. Solo Artur. So basically you're on your own, Artur, you're on your own. So no pressing there, no tight marking. In the top left, confirmation of the change. Salcedo thrown into the frame. Brozovic making way. Been another change, it looks like, at the back as well for the Nerazzurri. It's Lorenzo Moretti, and here he is, talk of the devil, coming on for Stefan De Vrij in these closing stages here. So some fresh legs as well, which should keep it interesting. Sensi Space is opening up for Stefano Sensi, still going. You can't bring him down, Stefano Sensi. That drive, that determination. It's Ranocchia. Fires it out. Sensi once more. Another play passing through Sensi now, in particular with Brozovic off as well, into his main playmaker. And, mentioned it once and I'll say it again, absolute tireless display from Marcelo Brozovic. Covers just so much ground. And that's why so many times he's the leading player when it comes to kilometres clocked up in matches. As see some more changes we mentioned earlier also in the match. It's a feature, a common feature of pre-season friendlies, the flurry of changes, the raft of changes. One of those is Franco Carboni, son of Ezekiel Carboni, the one-time Catania man. He comes on, he's given a chance in these closing stages, and so is Zanotti as well, Mattia Zanotti. It is number 46. Proud moments for these youngsters as well, teenagers. Been part of this pre-season training retreat, chance for them obviously to learn, develop alongside the first team. Not just a case of making up the numbers. As we saw in the case of Satriano, a chance to impress really as well the coach and show that they mean business and they are knocking on the door of the first team. Salcedo. It's a good ball in, very good ball in. It was so nearly met by Franco Carboni on that far side. There's always perhaps a danger that all those substitutions can perhaps disrupt the pace, the rhythm of the match. But I think in this case it's encouraging, fresh legs and all very hungry youngsters want to show what they can do, try and catch the eye of the coach. And also knowing that this match is being streamed across the world. It's another incentive as Lukaku goes for goal. And Saro tips it round the base of the post for a corner kick into a keep up the pressure. As they go in search of a 7th goal here. It's not their record in this pre-season. They fired 16 past Sarnico. Then again, they were a lower league opponent. We're talking about a Serie B side this evening. A corner kick earned by Lukaku. He stands a very imposing figure there in the box. Played in by Sensi. Bobbling about, and the whistle has gone. Was a handling offence perhaps there from Andrea Ranocchio, who's now wearing the captain's armband with Samir Handanovic off. Ranocchio said one of those veterans in the side, a key dressing room figure. He's been at the club since the 2010-11 season. Andrea Ranocchio had lots of loan spells as well in that time, it has to be said. Thanks of Sampdoria, and also one in England as well with Hull, as Milan Skriniar gets a well-earned rest to be very happy. Got some more playing time, putting more fuel in the tank ahead of a season which is going to be tough. Starts on 21st of August and also ends a little bit early this season because of the World Cup in Qatar, the 22nd of May. Just given away by Crotone, and to say thank you very much, grazie mille. They'll be very happy with that. Get possession back. Agoumet, who was sent out on loan at Spezia to cut his teeth last season, did very well. And he made his professional debut at the age of 16 with Sochaux. And Serie debut at the age of 17 with the Nerazzurri against Fiorentina a couple of seasons ago. Lucien Agoumet, tip for big things So occupying the Marcelo Brozovic role in these closing stages. And Ranocchia reads that really well, goes sliding in. Andrea Ranocchia, that full stretch there. Coppa Italia winner with Inter back in 2011 and was part of the trophy drought, if you like, for want of a better word, which ended last season. That. And Crotone have made another change in the meantime. Jacopo Petriccione coming on for Salvatore Molina. One of the livelier sparks, Molina in the Crotone ranks. And they're still not giving up. They try and get a goal. They have just over 10 minutes to do so. The Calabresi, nicknamed the Sharks, the Squali. Do they have any bite left in them in the final 10 minutes? Will it be Inter? One in the back of the net once more. It was a rash challenge there, and the referee quite rightly stopping the play. Appeared to be Mattia Zanotti. It was just a bit overzealous there. Nothing malicious. Went looking to win the ball quite rightly, but referee quickly stopping the play. Looking ahead, we're waiting for confirmation in the next couple of weeks of the other friendlies of the Nerazzurri, which no doubt will be announced soon. Down by Lukaku. A support to his left and to his right, but he might go it alone. Lukaku, he does go it alone. It's a whisker wide from the Belgium international. Had Crotone worried. He had Salcedo to his left, opted to go it alone, Romelu Lukaku. And it was agonizingly close. That trademark step over and then shot. We saw it so many times last season. I think everyone has a favourite, a preferred Lukaku goal. There's been plenty of them as well since he joined Inter back in 2019. A record signing. Personal favourite of mine is the one in the derby last season, the 3-0 victory in the second derby showdown. In Serie A, of course, they also won in the Coppa Italia. Nerazzurri in the quarterfinals. Christian Eriksen swing a peach of a free kick that day. And of course, we take the chance to keep wishing him a good recovery, Christian Eriksen, after everything that went on at the Euros. It was Eriksen who scored against Crotone last season in the match that pretty much, as we mentioned time and time again, but we never tire of saying, that helped seal the league title for the Nerazzurri, title number 19. A title which was built on 11 straight wins at the start of the second part of the season. There was also 8 in a row in the first part. But it was really in that second half of the season where the Nerazzurri clicked into gear and left all the title pretenders trailing in their wake. Milan fell by the wayside, Juventus, Atalanta as well. Well, eventually they had to raise the white flag, and Inter with 4 games to spare, crowned champions. But now it's a case of looking ahead as well, and in the interviews that many of the Inter players have been given in these recent weeks, it's a case of wanting that desire to repeat the feat this season. So also the chance to compete for silverware in the Super Cup. Let's not forget the Italian Super Cup. I'll take on Juventus, the Coppa Italia winners. Always such a fascinating match, full of history. Derby d'Italia. Handling offence, and the referee quick to spot it. Have no real complaints there. Gianotti. 50-50 ball. It's well won by Sajuara. The young Gambian. So they have plenty of opportunities this season. The summer edition. That with Gianotti. onto his right foot, curls it in. That's a teasing ball from Gianotti. Again, you might be able to hear again that scivola, basically a case of track across. It's one of the perks of being so up close and personal here to the players. And here at the Sunning Training Centre, as Vidal goes sliding in, takes a huge deflection and falls kindly for Crotone and Pasquale Gianotti. We've seen on more than one occasion in the second period. Time ticking down. 6 minutes to go, plus stoppage time here. This is Davide Mondonico, an academy graduate. The summer edition from Albino Lef, and it's taken quickly, brought down. Flag has stayed down. Does really well there, Franco Carboni. He's a midfielder by trade, but we've seen him with the youth teams play almost as a fullback at times. On the subject of the youth team, Christian Kivu, now the into under-19 coach, and recently giving a really good interview, really lengthy interview about what he wants from youth players when it comes to the Nerazzurri Academy, the kind of standards that he expects, and who better than Christian Kivu, an Inter icon, one of the heroes of the treble-winning season. Trophy-filled career, Christian Kivu. That's well picked out by the visitors. Certainly trying to finish out the game on the front foot, Francesco Modesto's men. Was firing in. Crotone settled for a corner kick. Alex Cordat's yet to really be tested, but he could be called into action now against his former teammates. As we've mentioned, 6 years with Crotone, 2 promotions in that time for Alex Cordat, who was skipper for the Calabresi, the Squali, the Sharks. So chance from the flag, into have plenty of bodies back as well. They look to keep Crotone out. Jumping up there, Eduardo Sottini, it's still 50-50, and Cordas comes and he claims good goalkeeping there, good confidence from him. Make up the team of shot stoppers this season with Handanovic and Radu. It's also in the ranks Stankovic, who's the son of Dejan Stankovic as well, who's doing so well currently as the Red Star Belgrade coach. Non forzarla, so don't force the issue. So again, coming back to the idea of patience when in possession, trying to pass it around, open up the space as they do just now with Agumé. When looking for Salcedo, it was easily read, and it was also very well read there by Cordat's quick off his line. A few errors creeping in here. Gianotti's in here, perhaps might get that consolation goal, just overruns it in the end. Was he perhaps caught in two minds, Pasquale Gianotti, whether to pull the trigger, go for goal, or wait for support? Just appeared perhaps overwhelmed. Ranocchia doing enough as well to put pressure there. Now it's Inter on the attack. Vidal, can they finish with the flurry here, the Nerazzurri? Still Vidal, onto his left foot. Vidal, curling effort, it's blocked. And then goes sliding in. Referee waves play on, not interested. Carbonell tries to work his way into the penalty area, goes to ground again. The referee not interested, happy to allow play to go on. Bit of contact. So borderline challenges can sometimes go either way. Ranocchia. Enzo Moretti now, Agumé playing in that holding role that was previously being occupied by Marcelo Brozovic. Salcedo battling away, dispossessed. A chance for Crotone on the counter-attack. Plenty of options here. It's Mulutieri. It'd be some story if he scored, having just moved from Inter to Crotone, albeit of course on loan. So Inter will still own the player. Now Sensi. Oh, nice turn of pace from him. Carboni. Salcedo goes out wide here. This is Zanotti, shapes up, goes looking for Lukaku. It's still bobbling about. Crotone, can they clear their lines? Saro eventually does, the shot stopper. So pressure there on that far side from Sotin. Bit of space opening up, it's to be expected. Tiredness as well, those changes, perhaps also affecting a bit of the shape as well. Allowing Crotone to, I was going to say threaten, but it's the commentator's curse, no doubt, singing the praise of Crotone, and then they go and make a mistake, an error. We're into the final minute here. Inter on course to bring home a 6-0 victory. 3 goals in the first half, and Simone Inzaghi, although very expressionless there, will be very pleased once again. Lots of encouraging signs. Mentioned 3 goals in the first half. Satriano breaking the ice, Di Marco and Cialolu also on the score sheet. In the second half we had Pinamonti, Sensi and Brozovic all joining the list of scorers. Lukaku, he came close, but it's just good to see him back in action after his summer break. And I think Stan Inter will also bring home a clean sheet as well and keep up their 100% record in this pre-season. Match official glancing at his watch, gone beyond the 90-minute mark. It's been really one-way nerazzurri traffic, breaking the ice very early on, and that set the tone. Oh, Lukaku frustrated, they was ready to race away. Still so hungry for goals. Romelu Lukaku, a wry smile from the match official as well. I won't want to incur the wrath of Romelu Lukaku. The linesman had raised his flag. Always plays on the limit, of course, Lukaku. So often good at beating that offside trap. And if press reports are to be believed, he might be playing a bit closer to goal this season, more in the penalty area. That's what some of the reports are coming out in Italy. That's maybe how Inzaghi wants him to play, but he's still so good at that when it comes towards coming towards the ball, drawing in defenders, shielding it. Well, he's grown so much in that aspect since joining into Romelu Lukaku. Not just a goal scorer, but the chances he creates or that he's involved in. And we saw that in the second half here against Crotone as well. Another example of that. Not that we needed any more proof from Big Rom. Run out also this afternoon for Cordaz in a special, always will be a special meeting for him against Crotone, seeing where he really played arguably his best football, Alex Cordaz, with the Crotone jersey. As we said, his talent nurtured here at Inter, an academy graduate. Alex Cordaz, his one and only previous appearance at first team level, coming against Juventus in the Coppa Italia semi-final back in 2004, coming off the bench. Francesco Toldo dismissed in that game. Oh, that's a tough challenge. And you can hear the groans, the screams, the pain. There's blood as well coming out, I believe, that knee. Maybe the match might end on a bit of a sour note. This challenge involving Mattia Zanotti. In the meantime, the match official has brought this game to an end. A bit of concern with the injury which caps off this game, but let's focus back on the Nerazzurri and their performance. A 6-0 victory, so Crotone crushed here at the Suning Training Centre. Lots of encouraging signs for Simone Inzaghi as pre-season continues after Lugano, also Crotone falling by the wayside. Thanks for joining us. That's all from myself, your match commentator Thomas Lawrence Lee, with the final score of Inter 6, Crotone 0.